Good morning, everyone, and thank you, everyone, for joining. Alrighty, it is Bucci Law, and we are live right now, and we'll be coming out to you shortly. Please tell your friends that we are coming out live right now from Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. So please tell your friends and get them joining us. Please join us for another beautiful edition of the Leadership Standard. Hello. Alrighty, thank you everyone for joining. Again, this is the Leadership Standard, and we are live today to discuss certain very important topics that borders on the terrorism going on right now in Nigeria and the rise of terrorism in Nigeria. It's a very important topic. For some of you, you don't understand what's going on, but it is very critical that we take a look at what's happening in Nigeria and how the terrorism is spreading outside of Nigeria into other parts of West Africa, and subsequently, most likely going to spread into other parts of Africa and outside of the region, even upwards into Europe and America if care is not taken. So again, my name is Bucci Law, and please tell your friends and your families and everyone else that the Leadership Standard is live right now, and we're going to be discussing, talking on several topics today that's going to be of interest to well-meaning Africans and well-meaning Nigerians who understand the value that the current day trends is not normal. We can't sit down and expect to just keep having people lose lives, properties by terrorists that have infiltrated into the Nigerian government, into the Nigerian space. Something must be done about that. So before we start, let's just have some brief commercials and we'll be back. Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for coming again. Excuse me. So today I'm going to be sharing my screen and I'm going to be talking on several topics of interest, some things that are very important. You see, Nigeria is a major player in Africa. We can all agree on that. Nigeria is a major player in Africa. And the reason why is because of its sheer size, its magnitude size, and its human capital. Over 75% of Nigerians currently are young people, and they have the power, they have the capacity to actually make a difference. And I fall into that category of young people that wants to make a difference in Nigeria. I studied law in Nigeria. I'm an attorney as well. But I also understand that to understand Nigeria, you have to see closely, behind the blinds and the facade and what exactly makes Nigeria what it is today. One of which is the high rise of terrorism in Nigeria. It is now become a social norm in Nigeria. It is no longer something that never used to happen. It is now something that we have to live as part of our daily lives. We have to understand that Nigeria is becoming what it is today, not because of the fact that it just happened. It is what it is today because it has been sponsored. Terrorism has been sponsored in Nigeria. And that terrorism is getting so deep and it is getting so ingrained into the mindset of the people that they are now used to it. And the terrorists are getting more grounds and more support by those who feel like it is a religious ideology that Nigeria be taken over by terrorists, so that they can practice their own brand of Islam or their own brand of religion, whatever that is. I'm going to show some topics today. I'm going to share some stories, some headlines, and I'm going to discuss about it. Please feel free to make comments and share your opinion on what you think about what we're going to discuss today. So, without further ado, let us go. Let us dive right into it. I'm going to share my screen, and afterwards, we'll start the process of discussing what's going on in Nigeria. There's a lot that's happening, and we need to be aware. We need to be aware of what's going on. All right. So first things first, let's share the screen. Uh, let's share the screen now and see where we at. Let me know if you all can see this. I'm gonna share my screen now. Alrighty, now let me remove this one. Thank you all for your patience today. We will be starting shortly. Alrighty, now let's see this. Okay. Now, for some of you, you have to understand that where Nigeria is where it is today because of a breakdown of law and order. There's been a total breakdown of law and order in Nigeria, and that breakdown comes strictly because of the backing of, religious leaders in Nigeria and their support for terrorism. Terrorism in itself is, it's utterly bad, utterly evil. Utterly evil. If you see exactly what is going on, you'll know that terrorism is in itself, it's just a wicked space of people who are going out there and just wanting to be a part of the problem rather than a solution. So now, as you can see, let us start with this particular story. Let me know if you guys can see the story. If you guys can see it, please put a thumbs up. So now, this is the story I want to share today. It is the story of a cardinal pastor that was killed by bandits after collecting ransom. The pastor of the evangelical church winning all in Nigeria, in Kaduna State, Dauda Baturi, has been killed by bandits who abducted him from his farm on November 8th. Even after collecting ransom, they still went ahead to kill the man. What does that tell you? What does this say? What does this tell you? It pretty much just means that right now, it doesn't even matter whether or not you pay ransom. It doesn't matter or not whether or not you give these bandits your money. At the end of the day, these bandits will still go ahead to do what they want to do. They still go ahead to kill. They will still go ahead to destroy people's lives, ahead to destroy people's welfare and people's properties. The Nigerian army is obviously overrun by these bandits. The Nigerian army doesn't have the capacity to stop what is coming. The Nigerian army, Nigerian police cannot stop what is coming. The way it is right now, the bandits are stepping closer and closer into other parts of Nigeria. And it's worrisome because it only shows that the problems would only keep increasing. All right. So for this pastor who was killed by bandits, even after collecting ransom, the question is, what then is the purpose of ransom? If the ransom cannot release the those that have been kidnapped, what then is the purpose of the ransom? It all goes back to say that it doesn't matter about the ransom. You can pay all the ransom you want to pay. This terrorist still will keep up their agenda, which is to take over the full Nigeria and kill everyone who they consider as infidel. And you, as far as I'm concerned, you're an infidel if you don't believe and practice what they practice. Obviously, we know that the Nigerian military is overworked. It is not. I don't think it has the capacity, and this is my personal opinion. I don't think it has the capacity to handle the problems that are coming, the problems that are festering on, the problems that are lingering on in the country. As a social commentator, I believe it's part of my rights, part of my civil rights to speak upon these things. A cardinal pastor killed by bandits after collecting ransom. it is only fair to say that that pastor should never at any point should have paid that ransom. If we were living in a civilized country, the Nigerian military, Nigerian police would have gone there, figured out how to rescue him without paying any ransom. But despite the fact that the Nigerian government actually encourages its citizens to pay ransom to bandits, they still go ahead to kill them. So what then is the value of life for those who live in Nigeria? And that's the question we need to ask ourselves. The value of life is absolutely and utterly useless. There is no value of human life in Nigeria. And that is the reason why those who are currently living in Nigeria, or those who actually are meant to be leaders in Nigeria, they go ahead to make sure that their kids don't live in that same country, like Nigeria. If there are, and this is just a rough estimate, but if there are like 90, I would say if there are 100 leaders, I'm very certain, and I can beat my chest to say that 90% of those leaders, their kids don't live in Nigeria. Most of the people who lead Nigerians, most of the people who actually lead or who are leaders in Nigeria, or rulers, as I would like to call them, rulers, most of them who rule Nigerians, they don't live there. They don't, their kids don't live there. Their children's children don't live there. They all have houses abroad. Even those who don't have the capacity to be abroad, they still find a way to make it only about make sure that they stay abroad. 1 second. So, back to what I was saying, it all goes back to say that there is a fundamental problem that exists in this country. So let us go back to another story. I want us to talk about another story. This story is just to show that, whether or not you pay the ransom, the way it is right now, Nigeria is not working for nobody. Now, this is my next story. The Imam and 10 others kidnapped in another attack by bandits in Sokoto. So now you can see that it doesn't even matter whether you are part of their religious cycle or not. This group of mad people are running around Nigeria, killing people, kidnapping people, maiming people, all around the world. They are just doing it easily, no care of the world. They don't even give a damn who they offend. They just want to ensure that they go about their daily business, doing the beautiful thing of killing people, and everything in their own mind is considered great stuff. So let's ask ourselves, how much more can we continue like this? How much more can we continue like this? Where people that are against this, the Nigerian government, have seen them that they don't understand what's going on. Buhari had initially mentioned that he was going to end banditry in Nigeria in 3 months. He said that Boko Haram was going to be a thing of the past in 3 months. But still today, Boko Haram is still not a thing of the past. It all goes well to show that Nigeria is not sustainable. And we will keep talking about it, because we are the ones who are affected by this. We are the ones who have to wake up in the morning and worry about our lives, our livelihood, where we're going to find our food, where we're going to find our water, where we're going to drink, what we're going to eat that day. We are the ones that have to worry about this stuff. The Nigerian governments, they don't have to worry about this. The Nigerian leaders don't have to worry about this, because they travel around with police. They travel around with AK-47. They travel around with, they travel around with all the things that they have, or all the armory that they have. They don't have to worry about this stuff. But we, the normal citizens who have no ability to carry guns. If you carry a gun in Nigeria this day to defend yourself, it is almost impossible. It's considered illegal. So the question then is, why do we have to keep suffering the failures of leadership? Why do we as citizens of Nigeria have to keep suffering those failures of leadership? Leadership is meant to be, a thing of responsibility, where you take responsibility. The Nigerian government, the Nigerian leadership, the Nigerian ruling class have proven that they don't have the capacity to lead. They've proven that they don't have the capacity to lead, because they've shown that they don't understand the plight of the masses. The leader of Nigeria, the current president of Nigeria, is always traveling, taking private jets to different parts of the world, never seeing the problems that he's creating, never seeing the problem that he's letting to fester on. Yes, and all the problems and all the blame and responsibilities will go back to the leadership of Nigeria. Whether or not the leaders want to accept it, that is not the issue. The issue is that the fact that there is a failure of leadership in Nigeria, it is because of the leaders that have been placed in power to make a change. If we as the Nigerians are not getting the basic security that they desire or that they deserve, who should be blamed? The leaders should be blamed. The rulers should be blamed. It is time for us to stop blaming the victims of Nigeria. The victims of Nigeria have been blamed for so long. It is time for the leaders to take the full blame. And it is time for the international community, the International Criminal Court, to start asking questions. Because Black lives would not matter if lives in Nigerians do not matter. Black lives would not matter if lives in the African continent do not matter. And it has been shown time and time again that the lives in the African continent absolutely don't matter. If there's been high rises of kidnapping, high rises of terrorism, and people they find it difficult to actually even call these people terrorists so that they don't affect their fragile egos, then it only goes back to the problem that this country is a failed country. The Nigerian continent, the Nigerian economy is becoming a failed economy that only favors the rich, the elites, and even those that are considered themselves elites are not safe. The elites, they are not safe. Very soon, the army of uneducated, poor masses will come out together, ganging up against the rich and educated masses. If care is not taken, those people that you have considered to be, forgotten would wake up one day to ask for their common rights. And when they wake up to ask for their common rights, believe me, it is going to be a problem when you cannot afford to give them what they're asking for. Most especially those people in Nigeria, the leaders in Nigeria, they don't have a plan. The only plan that they have is how to continue to be in power, how to continue to enrich themselves, how to continue to protect their assets, how to continue to take their assets to foreign countries abroad, in the Panama, foreign countries abroad, in the Seychelles Island, foreign countries abroad, to hide their investments, to hide the things that they've stolen, to hide their loots. Right now, Nigeria is getting back its artifacts from the UK that stole the Nigerians artifacts. They stole our history. They are bringing it back. Well, guess what? Our leaders, our rulers are taking that same our common interest. They're taking it back. They're taking it back again to Europe and America. When they steal the money, they take it back to banks in Europe and America to develop Europe and America. While our mothers in the villages do not have light, do not have water, do not have good roads, do not have, stable electricity. These are the problems. These are the problems we face. And if we do not stand up to speak up against this, then clearly we're not ready to make a difference. So that is exactly where I'm coming from. Now let's go back to this story. Now this is another thing of concern. We have to sit back and ask ourselves that why do we live in a country where a young people like this, underage kids, are both getting married? See a young boy and a young girl getting married, printed banners. Especially this is going on in the northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria is becoming a terrible, terrible space of events. No matter the amount of NGOs, no matter the amount of loans, no matter the amount of grants, no matter the amount of services that the organizations want to do over there, it is at this point, it is practically impossible to get that region working again. It is practically impossible. The only way to get that region back to its feet again, first of all, will be to break down the structure that has created that monster called the Northern Nigeria. And one of the main people to be held responsible are the rulers of the Northern Nigeria. But the people of Northern Nigeria need to stand up for themselves and ask themselves, why have they been set up to fail? They have been set up to fail. Whether or not they believe it, they have actually been set up to fail. They've been set up to fail. And that failure is very visible. That failure is very, very visible. With actions like this, where two underage kids can get married, it only goes to show that they have been set up to fail. These kids in more developed societies will be in universities, will be in school, high school, getting a degree, learning something that will benefit their future. But because of no value of life, because of the fact that some of these kids were born on the streets, because of the fact that some of these kids do not even have an idea what they're doing. So what else do you expect from them? They are becoming tools to be used to destroy the same country that you all are ready to die for, called Nigeria. I am not ready to die for Nigeria because Nigeria has not given me anything of hope or promises. I've been a part of that union. That's the reason why I stand strongly with those who are seeking for the dissolution of Nigeria. I stand strongly with those who are seeking for the breakup of Nigeria. Because Nigeria, as it stands today, cannot and will not make any difference if it continues in this path where young people are allowed to marry and the government of Nigeria is not doing anything about it. It is sad that we, as Black people, have been left to ridicule ourselves. During the time of the colonial masters, there was a little bit of structure. And as soon as the colonial masters left, we already can see that Black people, African Nigerians, are lacking the power to lead themselves with actions like this. Where are the parents of these kids? Where are those that are meant to be in leadership positions? Where are those that are meant to put a stop to this? Where are the adults? Where are the elders? Where are the rulers? Where are they? Where are they? Where exactly are they? Why is this stuff going on right now and nothing is being done about it? Young people like this that should be in school are getting off married and no one is saying anything about it. Sad. It is extremely, extremely sad. This takes me back to my next topic. Now, let's talk about how the Castina Deputy Speaker's sister escaped from banditry after 105 days in captivity. I know that this is becoming a thing of a norm. This is now becoming a norm. Every day when you open up the news, you are definitely most likely going to see something of this nature, where bandits are taking people hostages, keeping them for long days. Nothing is being done about it, and no security agencies are going in to save them or rescue them. And these people have to fend for themselves. It's either you escape from the banditry yourself, or it's either you pay your terrorist fee, or it's either you find a way of just surviving. If not, one can actually get consumed by these people. So today I just stand here today to ask a question. How much more will Nigerians live like this? How much more will Nigerians continue to face problems like this? How much more? Are we going to keep doing this over and over and over again? Or is there a way we can put a stop to this once and for all? That's the question I want to ask you all today. And for those who are watching me and from other countries, the question is, do we want Africa and Nigeria to continue to face this kind of consequences and think it's not going to spread down? My questions for you are very simple. Let us begin to look inwards and ask ourselves, how much more can Nigeria continue like this? Where those that have the guns are taking those that have no capacity to defend themselves and leaving them high and dry. So please, let us find a solution to this problem. The earlier we all do, the better for us. Nigeria is collapsing right in our eyes. Whether or not we accept it, this contraption is not sustainable. The way it is going right now, it is not sustainable. People are being kidnapped from left, right, and center in the north of Nigeria, and it is spreading down even to the southeast of Nigeria. In Imo, in Anambra State, they are kidnapping they're kidnapping traditional rulers and killing them. They're kidnapping young boys and killing them. They're kidnapping school officers and killing them. They're kidnapping children and killing them. And the president of Nigeria is traveling all around Nigeria with no remorse, with no leadership skills. That is the problem. The problem is that there is no accountability for this. There is none accountability. There is no accountability whatsoever. No one is, and the international community is even allowing this president of Nigeria to come into their countries. We're knowing full well that things are terrible back in his own country. Why then are they giving this man audience? It is time they stop giving this man audience, and it's time for them to start demanding accountability from this person. It is time that they start demanding accountability from the leaders of Nigeria, from the rulers of Nigeria. It is time to start demanding accountability. We have to start demanding accountability. This is the time. We can't wait for tomorrow. It might be too late. If the deputy speaker's sister can be kidnapped and had to escape by her own self, what then is the hope of the common man? What then is the hope of people like myself and yourself? If this man's sister, who has all the capacity to protect herself, and she was still kidnapped and she was not even rescued, she had to escape, what then is our hope? We can't carry guns, we can't defend ourselves. What then can we do? That is the question we need to ask ourselves. And they want us to be in the same country with them, where all this insecurity is going on. How is that even possible? How does that even make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Well, I'm going to go to another topic. Now, this is another situation of concern, because the reason why I say this is a situation of concern is because of the fact that we know for sure that the federal government of Nigeria has the capacity to pay salaries, but they will never pay salaries. They will never pay salaries, because if they pay salaries, they know for sure that it will go against their mantra of punishing and keeping Nigerians poor. The federal government will borrow money to ensure that the lifestyle of the rich and powerful remain the same. Excuse me. They will borrow money to make sure that the lifestyle of the rich and powerful remain the same. But they will never borrow money to pay the salaries of those that are actually putting in the work. Now, civil servants in Nigeria have to be preparing to a delay in their December salary. The question is why? Let me answer that question for you. Because they don't care. The leaders of Nigeria have proven time and time again that they don't care. So if you think they care, good for you. But they don't care. They never cared. They will never care. It is in their own interest that you remain poor, so they can have a bargaining chip over you. The day you decide you no longer want to be under their control, that is the day you get your full liberty. Ask yourself this day, are you under the control of those paymasters? Or would you want to get control of your own power, your own freedom back from them? Ask yourself those questions. That is where the question lies. It is only fair that we begin to make a difference. It is only fair that we begin to see the problems as they lie and see that the country called Nigeria has been destined to fail from time immemorial because it stands on a faulty foundation. The faulty foundation is the foundation that has created that country. That is the faulty foundation. It is time to put an end to this. Nigeria as it stands cannot work. Every month, every year, every time we see the same problems. We have to stand up to now. Now is the time where we stand up and ask ourselves, what do we want as a country? What do we want as a people? Do you want to live in a country where there is no hope for the common man? Do you want to live in a country where there is likely any form of lights, any form of security, any form of good roads, hospitals, nothing? It is all a charade. That is what is Nigeria. Nigeria is a bubble. It's like a shell company. It only exists in paper. but there's no official, there's no, there's no, it just exists in paper. There's no protection from anyone, from anywhere. I hope this lecture today has been enlightening to you. If you feel that it's been enlightening to you, please subscribe to our channels, our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, our Twitter. We were known as the Leadership Standard. Please follow us on these platforms. We have amazing things lined up for next year. But for now, I just wanted to just touch base with you all again, just so that you all realize that we're still in this fight to reclaiming what is ours. We cannot let the same people of old continue to tie us down together in a failed state that would ultimately consume everybody. So let us stand up. Let us make a difference. Let us demand accountability from those that are leading us. And let us also speak up. Because if you fail to speak up, the same consequences of those who spoke up and those who did not speak up are the same. The same consequences are still the same consequences. So let us speak up. The earlier we speak up, the better for all of us. On this note, I want to wish you all a wonderful time ahead, wonderful holidays, a peaceful holidays. Pray God continues to keep you and keep yours. I pray God continues to watch over you. Stay well.